going to start NCRT series, and we will start with NCRT Class 6 Geography. Since NCRT book is very important for all the competitive exam, because uh, to clear any competitive exam, we need to first clear our basics, and NCRT is the best book to clear our basics. So this is the first chapter of NCRT Geography book, and what we'll do that we will see quick points and very important points, and then we will see the all the question answer in the chapter also. So in this first chapter, the earth in the solar system, if you see, there are some of the very important points you need to know for any type of exam. The first one is that there are two type of moons. First is first moon, full moon night or Purnima night, and the second one is new moon night or Amavasya. So you can see full moon only once in about a month's time. It is full moon night or Purnima, and a fortnight later you cannot see at all the moon. Then it is new moon night. So on the full moon night you will see full moon, and on the new moon night you won't see the moon. And in a month, this full moon night occurs once, and then a fortnight later new moon night occurs. Now the second point is the all the important bodies, that sun, moon, and all the objects shining in the night sky are called as celestial bodies. Okay. Now some celestial bodies are very big and hot, and they are made up of gases, and they have their own heat and light which they emit in large amounts. These type of celestial bodies are called stars. And sun is a star because sun is having its own energy, and sun does not take energy from any other celestial body. Now the third important point is that there are various type of patterns formed by different group of stars. If you see in the night, you can visualize that there are various type of patterns in the sky made from the stars. And one very important constellation is Ursa Major or Big Bear, and this is most easily recognizable, and one of the most easily recognizable constellation is Small Bear or Saptarshi. Okay, and it is a group of seven stars that forms a part of large Ursa Major constellation. Now, in the ancient time, people used to determine the direction during the night with the help of the star. Because in the ancient time, there were no compass or any other direction measuring instrument present. So people used to look at the pole star, and which always signifies the direction of north. And from looking at the pole star, then they will decide the uh, other directions, and other like south and east and west. Now some celestial bodies do not have their own heat and light, and they are lit by light of the stars. Such bodies are known as planets. If you see the word planet, it comes from the Greek word planetai, which means wanderers. Okay, and Earth, the Earth on which we live, is a planet. It gets all its heat and energy from the sun, which is our nearest star. And everybody know this fact because sun light, comes on Earth in about 8 minutes, and our in Earth, all the major energy sources and all the things in the energy comes from the sun. And Earth is also having a different type of satellites which moves around it. It is called moon, and Moon is a satellite, and it is a companion of our Earth and moves around it as the way Earth moves around the Sun. Okay, and like our Earth, there are eight more other planets that get heat and light from the Sun also, and some of them have their moons also. Earth is having one moon, but there are some planets which are having more than one moons. Now, if you see, there are the solar system actually. Previously, the Sun and nine planets and some celestial bodies known as asteroids and meteoroids were known as solar system, but international authority have removed the ninth planet, and that is called the Pluto. So now we are left with only two planets. Okay. Now if this is the diagram. So Sun, Mercury is the closest planet, then Venus, then Earth, then Mars, then there is a belt of some tiny particles between the Mars and Jupiter, that is called asteroid belt, and then Saturn, then Uranus, then Neptune. So from these you can see there are three planets, that is Mercury, Venus, and Earth. These are known as Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. These are known as inner planets because they are very close to the sun, and they are made up of rocks, debris, etc. And then there are three planets known as outer planets, that is Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus. And these are very, very far away from the sun and are huge planets, and they are made up of gases and liquids. Okay. So this is the solar system, and there is a trick to remember all the sun and eight planets. That is my very special mom just served us nine. We'll see it. And so this is the fact. This is very interesting fact you need to remember, that Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus and have ring around them, and these are belts of small debris. These rings may be seen from the Earth with the help of powerful telescopes. So three facts you need to remember regarding the solar system. First of all is uh, inner planets, that is Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. These four are known as inner planets, and they are made up of rocks. Then second fact is that you need to remember Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus. They are very, very far away from the sun and are huge planets made up of gases and liquids. And third fact is that these outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus, have rings around them, and these rings are belts of small debris, and these rings may be seen from the Earth with the help of powerful telescope. Okay, and this whole solar system is called solar family. Now, Sun is in the center of the solar system, and it is huge and made up of extremely hot gases. And the main energy source in the Sun comes from the process known as nuclear fusion. That is the conversion of hydrogen and helium, and it provides the pulling force that binds the solar energy system. The Sun is the ultimate source of heat and light for the solar system, and but the tremendous heat is not felt so much by us because despite being our nearest star, it is far away from us. And if you see the distance between sun and earth, the sun is about 150 million kilometer away from the earth. You can imagine the distance. And I was telling you the trick to remember all the planets is that my very efficient mom just served us nuts. So M for Mercury, then V for Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Okay, and if you see, there are various words you can found with geo. Geo means Earth, And if it is combined with logi, then study of Earth. If it is combined with metry, then it is measurement of Earth. And if it is combined with oid, it means resembling the shape of the Earth. Now there is a fact that all the eight planets of solar system move around the sun in some fixed part and fixed paths. These paths are elongated and they are called orbits. Mercury is the nearest star to the sun. It takes about 88 days. And the second fact is that Venus is considered as Earth's twin because its size and shape are very much similar to the Earth. And till recently, I have already told you, Pluto was also considered as a planet, but in a meeting of International Astronomical Union, a decision was taken that Pluto, like other celestial objects discovered in the recent past, may be called dwarf planets. And humans have always been fascinated about gazing at the night sky, and those who study the celestial bodies and their movements are known as astronomers. And Aryabhatta was a very famous astronomer of ancient India. If you see the facts about Earth, Earth is a third nearest planet to the Earth. We have already seen the whole solar system, and in size it is fifth largest. So Earth is third nearest planet to the Sun and fifth largest. It is slightly flattened at the poles, and that is why its shape is described as geoid. Geoid means Earth-like shape. And if you see the conditions favorable to support life are only probably only found on Earth, the because the Earth is neither too hot nor too cold, and it has water and air and methane, which are very necessary for our survival. And if you follow the news, you might know that the scientists around the world are exploring other planets also to find out if they have also conditions favorable to support life, and they have found some of the evidences in the Mars. So there are actually three, four conditions that are favorable to support life. That is the air, water, methane, and the gases like oxygen should be present in the air. And all these conditions are found in Earth, and that is why Earth is a unique planet in the solar system, supporting supporting life. And if you see from the outer space, the Earth appears blue because its two-third surface is covered by water, and that therefore it is called a blue planet. And this is very interesting fact that light travels at the speed of around 3 lakh kilometer per second. Yet, even with this speed, the light of the sun takes about 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach the Earth. If you see about Moon, the Earth has only one satellite, that is Moon. Its diameter is around one quarter that of Earth. It appears so big because it is very near to our planet. See, the distance between Sun and Moon was around 150 million kilometer, but the distance between Earth and Moon is around only 3.8 lakh kilometer. So that is why it appears very big. And the Moon moves around the Earth in about 27 days. It takes exactly the same time to complete one spin. So Moon take 27 days to complete one spin, that is rotation, and also Moon moves around the Sun in about 27 days to complete a revolution around the Earth. And Moon does not have conditions favorable for life, although it has some mountains. Now, satellite is a celestial body that moves around the planet in the same way as the planets move around the sun. And like planets, satellite are also they also don't have their own energy source. They need to depend on the other source, other celestial bodies like stars or planets to for energy sources. And satellites can be human made also and natural also. Human-made satellite is an artificial body. You might have seen that scientists and other newses that comes, and some of the Indian satellites in space are Ncert, IRS, EduSat, etc. This is a very interesting pic of rocket launch. Then rocket falls back to the Earth. Then satellite enters the orbit. And we were discussing about the moon. So it has some mountains, plains, and depression on its surface, and these cast shadows on the moon's surface. If you see the full moon, then you can observe these shadows. Then there are two more bodies, celestial bodies. That is, first one is asteroids. These are very tiny bodies. They move around the sun, and they are located in between Mars and Jupiter. We have already seen during the solar system picture, and they are actually very tiny body, and scientists are of the view that these asteroids are part of a planet which exploded many years back. Now the second part, second celestial bodies, meteorites. These are the small pieces of rocks which moves around the sun, are called meteorites. Sometimes these meteorites come near the earth and tend to drop upon it, but because of the mesosphere present in the earth atmosphere, it gets burned, and that is why it causes a flash of light, and uh, that is why you can see a whitish broad band like a white flowing path across the no, that is the galaxy. Whenever actually the meteorite try to enter the earth, the mesosphere present in the earth, they what they do, that meteorites get burned, and that is why it causes a flash of light. Okay, now if you see other things is that there are various clusters of millions of stars, and they are known as galaxy. Earth is a part of Milky Way galaxy, and galaxy is a huge system of billions of stars of and clouds of dust and gases. There are millions of such galaxies that makes the universe, and it is very difficult to imagine how big the universe is, but scientists are still trying to find out more and more about it. So this is the completion of first chapter of NCERT Class 6 Geography. If you see the exercises, how does a planet differs from the star? See, the planet don't have their own energy source. They need to depend on the star for the energy source. Like Earth is dependent on the sun for the energy source for the solar energy. Now, what is meant by solar system? Solar system consists of sun plus eight planets, that is Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Now name all the planets according to their distance from the sun. I've already told you just now. Why is Earth called a unique planet? Because Earth support life. Earth is having conditions for supporting life like water, air, and atmosphere in, and also oxygen present in the atmosphere plus methane also. Then why do we see only one side of moon always? Because moon keeps on rotating, and we see moon from the one side, so we can see only the one part of the moon. What is the universe? Universe is all these galaxies, and the combination of galaxies. There are millions of such galaxies. These all form the universe. Now if you see the objective answers, the planet known as our twin is Venus, which is the third nearest planet to the sun is Earth. All the planets move around the sun in an elongated path. See, this is not circular path. This is actually elliptical path, and according to this chapter, it is elongated path. See, the D is pole star indicate the direction to the north side, and asteroids are found between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. If you see the filling the blanks, a group of where stars Forming various pattern is known as constellation. A huge system of stars is called galaxy. Now, Akashganga is the closest. No, Moon is the closest celestial body to our Earth. Now, Earth is the third nearest planet to the Sun. Plants do not have their own energy, and plants do not have their own energy sources. Planets. So, this is the completion of first chapter of NCRT Geography, and in the coming days, we will cover all the NCRT chapters from all the NCRT books from class 6 to class 12th, and also for geography, for history, for polity, and for economy. So keep watching and keep sharing.